Hello you all, this is Miss V in the kitchen, and today I'm actually going to show you guys how to do the brown stew chicken. So first and foremost, there is I do my brown stew chicken, like there's two different ways that I can do it, and I'm going to show you guys the easy way of doing the brown stew chicken. The other way it take up a little bit more time, but I think the flavor is really better and it tastes really better in my opinion. So I already have my chicken seasoned up, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in. So I have some olive oil, and I'm just putting my chicken, and I also have bell peppers and onion. I may get a few in it, but I'm going to leave most of my bell peppers and my onion right now. Again, a few of them might get in there, but it's not a big deal. I'm just going to leave the majority of the bell peppers and stuff for a little bit. So, okay. And I'm going to set this right here. Take this off, and I want to wash my hands. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do, and the chicken, you can actually cut the chicken up, like a little bit more. You can actually, cut up a little bit more. And all I'm doing right now, I put my chicken in, and I'm going to put my cover, and I'm going to just cover it up, let it stew some. I'm trying to get it brown some. So again, this is the brown stew chicken. I'm also going to be doing some asparagus. I'm not a big lover of asparagus, but I'm doing some, I guess, for Mr. Banks and Little Banks. These are already washed. Make sure okay. These are already washed. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to be sauteing with some onions and bell peppers and stuff. And so usually one of the ways that I usually do my asparagus is actually bake it in the oven. So I would bake it in the oven, and then after I finish baking, then I just saute some bell peppers and onion, and then just put it over it. Just kind of pour it over. But today I'm going to actually just do it. And what I've noticed also, you don't want to, I'm going to leave a few of it because I'm not going to cook all of it. You don't want to overcook it, because when you overcook it, it gets all soggy. So you definitely don't want to overcook it. I'm going to leave some. It's only for Mr. Banks and Little Banks, so I don't want to leave any for tomorrow. I'll just do some fresh ones. So that's it. And then I have my bell peppers here. And so the bell pepper that I'm going to use is the red, the yellow, and the green bell pepper. I'm just kind of getting that ready while I'm waiting on the brown stew. So that takes, just a little bit of time to cook. So I'm gonna do that. Let's go ahead and stir it up. Cause you want to stir it, cause you don't want it sticking to the bottom. And it's also springing up some water from the water. So see, it's spraying that water. So that's it. It's getting that real nice color to it, y'all. That real nice color that you get into the brown stew. Ooh, the color looks so good. I'm gonna have to bring the camera over here in a second so you all can see the color on this. Ooh. Yeah, the color is really awesome, y'all. Awesome color for your brown stew chicken. Set that right there. Okay. Again, I'm gonna cover it up, and then you know, when you cover it up, it's spring that liquid. So you know, you won't have to add too much liquid when you're ready. You know, to finish stew it down. And so my browning of choice is the Grace Jamaican browning. This one is actually almost finished, but here's another bottle. But this is the Grace browning. So this is the brown that I use, and it's very thick, so you do not have to use a lot of browning. You know, you just add. You know, don't put too much, because you may add maybe too dark. Just, you know, add it as needed. And for my chicken, I use black pepper, onion powder. You all, two of my favorite spice that I use on my chicken, whether it be chicken or whatever I'm cooking, my meat. Italian, and also oregano. Those two give it a really good flavor. Garlic. And I have this complete season. I didn't have any of my Jamaican special spice that I use. You can also use the allspice. If you have the allspice, all you need really is the black pepper and maybe like your garlic, and then, you know, of course, the salt. I didn't add any salt just yet. I'll wait for till the end, because all these other seasoning or spices already have the salt. So, you know, I didn't add any salt because I don't want it to be all salty. So I'm just going to wait on the salt at the end. And then another thing that I do when I cook my chicken, I use chicken broth. I usually make my own. I'm out, so I'm going to be using the store brand on today. Okay, let's again, we're just going to stir this chicken, because we definitely don't want it. It's not going to be sticking anyway. That's why I use this big pot. But you just stir the chicken, and guess what? It is springing so much liquid that I'm not gonna need a lot of liquid at all. But I'm ready to really like cook it down. Add my fresh vegetables and cook it down. I'm definitely not gonna need. And the smaller the meat, also, you know, the faster it cooks. So if you know, you can cut your meat smaller, and you know, that's gonna allow it to cook much faster. Okay. Alrighty, let's get going with the asparagus. I'm gonna go ahead and get the grease ready. So we're gonna turn this on. Okay. So I'm going to get, I usually use olive oil. I usually get my olive oil, like the big bottle from Sam's. I'm out, so I got the HEB brand. That's my regular olive oil. Okay. So again, I'm doing the brown stew chicken. I'm just gonna take a piece of this brown stew chicken out, just so you all can see that nice color that it's already getting. See that? See, that's what it looked like, that nice brown. And that's all from the browning, and of course, you know, me putting it in the, oh, here it is right here, that nice brown to it. So that's it. Just gonna let that cook. Continue cooking it. The flavor smells real good, y'all. Smells real good. Smells real good. Okay. So that's what. So my grease should be ready. And this is for my vegetables, my asparagus. Again, I'm doing some bell peppers. I have yellow, green, and red bell peppers. And I'm just going to dice these up. So you can just keep an eye on it, because then you can tell if it's starting to dry out. You can kind of hear it. So you don't want to start sticking to the bottom. So, okay. Okay, so these are my bell peppers. Now I'm going to do my red bell peppers. And these knives are sharp. I love my kitchen knife. Just get my stuff. I hate using a knife that's dull. Okay, so these are all my bell peppers. And then the other thing that I'm going to add is the little onion. A little onion. Okay, I'm going to check that in a second. Now they're too high. Alrighty, so that is that. Let's go ahead and check on our chicken. And all I keep doing, y'all, I just keep on kind of stirring my chicken as it cooks. Keep stirring. Oh my God, perfect color. And I actually already have gravy from this. You know, I won't need a lot of gravy, that's for sure, so I won't have to put much more. But it has the perfect color. It has the perfect color. So that's it. Okay. Okay, so that's going, and now I'm going to do I'm going to do my bell peppers, onions, I'm going to leave you in a second, so I'll let you know when I'm ready. Okay, so this is my sauteed onions and bell pepper. And then I'm going to add the asparagus after those are cooked some. And I'm not going to be putting too much seasoning on this. I'm definitely going to put, I didn't put my oregano. Oh, I can't reach it. Okay, my camera is in the way, y'all. There it is. Okay. I got it. So I am going to put oregano, and usually, y'all, I do not be measuring anything. I just kind of know how much to put. So I think I'm gonna have to definitely get a hold on the measure stuff. But I guess I've been in the kitchen so much, I just kind of know how much without having to measure. And you can just put it and then kind of taste it, you know, and get your desired amount. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this, and then I'll add a little black pepper, and then that's gonna do it as far as the seasoning for this right here. So that's the okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the oregano, asparagus, and again, like I said, I'm not gonna overcook these, because when you do, then they become very soggy. So I'm just gonna sit them in the grease, and you know, for a few minutes or so. Each side, just kind of turn them, but you don't want to definitely don't want to overcook them, because then it's it just tastes soggy. So okay. So another thing I'm going to be doing, I have a small piece of plantain that I actually left over today. I'm going to get that ready. So I'm going to do the plantain. Okay, and I'm just going to do the circle like this, literally just kind of do a circle for the plantain. You can cut it, you know, whichever way you want to cut it. I cut different ways. It all depends. So that's it for the plantains. Again, let's stir this up. And then I'm going to add a little salt. Well, first I'm going to taste it just to see, you know, get the flavor. And then, if need be, then I'll add just a small amount of salt. And I definitely want to taste the asparagus, make sure those are cooked. I'm going to get a little small piece. I'm going to try. Yep. Definitely need some salt, that's for sure. Just a little salt. And then I'm gonna get this out, and then I'm also gonna check on this chicken. Okay, so there's some big ones in there, so I'm gonna actually put these big ones, you know, in the grease, let it cook for just a few more minutes, and then that's it. And even after you take it out and put it in your container and cover it up, then you know that steam, you know, still get it a little softer anyway. So that's why you don't want to overcook it, which I don't like the vegetables just overcooking, crunchy, all like that anyway. Get your phone. So I'm going to do okay, so this I'm gonna so I'm gonna put my grease on for my plantains. Take a picture about this so you can see it. Okay, so this is my brown stew. Actually, it was sticking a little bit, y'all, to the bottom. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to add take a picture of it. And then one more. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So I'm going to add my bell peppers and onions and all of that. And then I'm going to do I'm not going to put a lot of chicken broth because it already have some liquid in. I'm just going to add my chicken, just rinse this out and add my chicken broth. Then okay. And again, just a small amount of chicken broth, and I'm just gonna cover this up. Where's the cover? Just cover it up, and let it start cooking. And while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead. That's it, I think. Go ahead and start my plantains. It's my plantains. Okay, this is a little harder to do. I'm gonna get this.
Y'all think I'm gonna make or something?
Oh, wow, this thing right here is heavy. I'm gonna set it back right here. Get out the way. Okay, it's heavy, y'all. But so this the asparagus. Oops. This the asparagus and bell peppers and onions. Okay, let's get this out the way. Okay. On that. Y'all, there's a fly in my house. Ugh. So what I'm going to do is get this, and I'm going to stir that brown stew. And you also, this is the thing, you can, like I said, you can add your browning as you go. It seemed like I had, put enough browning on the chicken itself when I was seasoning. So I'm not going to need a lot more. I'm just going to put just a small amount, so the gravy get a little darker. But again, I had put enough on the chicken, so I don't need that much at this time. And this right here, all I'm doing is just cooking this down, and then that's it. That's it. Again, if you do the chicken like in smaller pieces, they don't take as long to cook. The my regular, I call it my regular homemade brown stew that I do. I actually do the chicken bigger, but I usually brown the chicken first, like literally brown each piece before I even start the brown it, take it out, and finish the rest before I even start the stewing down process. So So that's it. And you know, you can add, if you like your carrots, you can add some carrots to it, you know, stuff like that. We're big on vegetables, so you know, sometimes I add the carrots, sometimes I don't. I don't think I'm gonna add any today since I already have all these other vegetables, so I'm not gonna add it. Just doing these. Turn it 3 minutes on the microwave, please. Okay. Diana, there's something in the microwave. Put it on 3 minutes. Okay. So I'm getting my plantains ready. So these are my fried plantains. Just kind of put them on the paper towel, kind of get some of the grease off. And earlier I did a video earlier, and so if you don't, you know, because the plantain do hold that grease. So if you don't like all that grease in the plantain, what you can do, which is what I do sometimes, I actually fry the plantains and then I put them in the oven for about a good 5 or so minutes and let it, you know, kind of get that grease out. And also another thing, you do not have to fry your plantain. You can actually put your plantains in the oven. So if you don't want to use the grease, you can always just put it in the oven. You know, get sprayed with, I guess it's cooking spray, non-stick, and just put it in the oven and you just bake it like that. So if you don't want to use, if you don't want that grease, you can do it like that. Trying to get this out of the way. Okay, yes. Heavy and hot. Okay. So I am going to see if I can move the camera over some so I can actually have it on this chicken so you can see it, so you guys can see this chicken up. Okay, so there it is right there. Okay, great. Okay, there it is. Take this off. Whew. It is bubbling up. It is bubbling up, bubbling up, bubbling up. So that's it. I'm going to turn this down. So, oops, turn it down. See? So make sure you guys use a non-stick, because you definitely don't want that chicken start sticking, you know, start sticking to the bottom. And again, see, let me get a spoon and I can show you guys the gravy. Because usually I'll put some mixture to get the gravy. But as you can see, look, see, I already got the gravy going. So I don't even think I need to pick this up any. See, that's the gravy. The gravy is, see, it's already thick, and I think so. And so the chicken itself. So this. See, that's the taking this out. So that's the color of the chicken. See the chicken. I'm trying to see if we can see. Okay, so that's the color of the chicken. It's brown. Started out not like that. That's brown. But so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to taste just to make sure that, of course, my flavor is there. And then if I need to add anything else, and again, since the gravy is already there, I won't have to add anything. So if your gravy, if it's not thick and you want to get it a little thick, like get it thick, you can use cornstarch. You can use cornstarch, or you can actually use flour. So either one will work. I'm going to put a little bit more. It's actually thick enough. So I'm going to put a little just to kind of loosen it up. But to get your gravy, you know, thick, If it's not as thick as you wanted, you can use some cornstarch, not a lot, and you can also use flour. But when you put it in, make sure you're stirring, because if not, it's going to lump it up. Another thing that you can put, just to give it a little bit of flavor, you can either cut up a tomato in your I think I have a tomato in this. You can either cut up a tomato, or you can also add just a little bit of ketchup, and it actually does give it that flavor too. So either one, get a ripe tomato and cut it up, put it in, and you can put, like, some people, like when they doing their brown stew, that tomato and the bell pepper and onion, when they put the meat in, like the very first step, they put everything in. I usually just kind of wait and put my vegetables after. But yeah, you can do it like that. Also, you can pour everything in and just cover it up and just let it brown, and then just keep like turning, let it simmer down, and that's it. That's it. I am going to taste this, make sure the flavor is there. And like I said before, I didn't put any sugar. I didn't put any salt in it, because all of the seasoning that I use, the spice, they already have salt. So I'm going to taste it, and then if I need the salt, this is when I'm going to add my salt. But I try to stay away from that a lot of salt. And right now I'm just going to taste the gravy, and if the gravy is good, the meat itself should be good, because it's cooking in the gravy. So I'm just going to taste the gravy. Oh wow, really good. But it does need just a little bit of salt, and this is my salt of choice. I am just going to add just a small amount of salt. And again, if I had some allspice, this is when I would add a little bit of that too. But I am out of my allspice. The allspice give it a real good flavor also. And this right here, y'all, just maybe another 5 or so minutes, and that's it. And usually it will take a little longer to cook this, but because I cut the meat up small, so it won't take as long. But yeah, the bigger the meat, the bigger you cut the meat, of course, the longer it's gonna take. So if it's gonna take naturally less time if they're smaller pieces. So that's it. But so just a few more minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and start plating until this is finished. And again, since the gravy is already there, there's no need for me to add any flour. So if you're cooking it and your gravy is like kind of watery, you can just use some cornstarch. You can mix the cornstarch with the flour, or you can do either one. You can do cornstarch by itself or the flour by itself. I used to use the flour by itself until my mom told me about the cornstarch, and then I started using the cornstarch. So that help. And another thing that will help to give it get a little bit of thickness also is the tomato. They can use a fresh tomato, or you can use the ketchup. That really do help. I have tried that, and it actually helped. I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'm going to plate. Okay, so that's it. Let's go ahead and push this back down here. And again, the plantains. And this was just a half a plantain. I actually used the other half earlier. This is the asparagus, the Saute asparagus with bell peppers and onions. That's it. I'm going to get this rice. So I already had some rice that I cooked yesterday. Oh, this is hot. So this is my, it's hot. My rice and peas that I cooked yesterday. So I'm just using that from yesterday. Okay. Oh, I'm making a mountain, y'all. This is what you call a mountain. Like literally, my rice is a mountain. Look at it. So that's the rice. So I'm gonna make sure, y'all, that my chicken is cooked before, because you definitely don't want to rush it, and then you get to the bone, and then the bone is red. You definitely don't want that. So I am going to make sure that the chicken is cooked all the way. And again, that was the reason why I did this particular style, because I cut the chicken up smaller. I usually do the other way. So I'm gonna go ahead and check one with the bone just to make sure that when I do this right here, that my bone is not okay. So my bone is not red on the inside. Okay. So my bone is not red on the inside, so that tells me that it is cooked. Again, that's why I cut it up, you know, in small pieces, because I didn't want to do a long drawn out video. So and the other one, like I said, the other brown stew chicken method that I usually do, that takes a little bit longer. So, and you all, my rice, I just literally fall apart. Let me get something else to do. My rice just literally fall apart. I had a mountain, you all, look. It fall apart. So I'm gonna redo my rice. This time I'm gonna use the measuring cup, and then it should be a little better. Okay. So I see people make their plate, and they have the rice, and it's just like perfect, in that perfect circle. But so I'm using that. So there it is. And then I'm going to go ahead, and the asparagus I'm going to put separately. I definitely want you guys to see this brown stew. I'm going to bring this camera in. Bring the camera in. Oops. Uh-oh. See? That's the brown stew chicken. That's it right there, and it's good and ready. I wanted to bring that in so you all could see that. Okay. You all, my mountain keep falling. Okay, so you know what? This is not meant to be. This mountain that I'm trying to make with the rice, or this nice. So I need somebody to tell me what is it that they be using to get their rice the way they've been getting their rice. Because all these cups that I have, none of them is working. So I need to figure that out. Yep, I definitely need to figure it out. Okay, so this is finished. This is definitely finished. Let's get so this is the brown stew, y'all. Trying to see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's the brown stew. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate it out. Plate it out. Ooh, I'm ready to eat. Okay, so this is the brown stew chicken. Oops, I dropped it in. Okay. Oh my goodness. This looks delicious. Delicious. So, and I'm gonna put some gravy. Just have the gravy just on there. Okay. So that's the brown stew chicken. That's the chicken, and I'm gonna put some plantains. I'm gonna put the plantains right here on the side, so the gravy is not getting on the plantains. So that's it. So it's the fried plantain, the rice and peas, and the brown stew. And then I'm going to put the vegetable, the asparagus. I'm going to put that separately. So I'm actually going to put that in here. Oh my goodness. Get some bell peppers and onions. Get all of that. Get all of that. Get all of it. There it is. Bell peppers, onions. Okay. So that's it. So that's the asparagus. And again, so you do your brown stew chicken. That's how you do your brown stew chicken. If you all have any questions, just hit me up. There it is. There it is. Alrighty, that is it.